Alright, welcome back to InMusic Gaming. This video will be for all 9 of the Face of the Franchise trophies in Madden NFL 21. So it'll be all the trophies from Role Player up to GOAT. And you obtain GOAT by getting 30,000 Legacy Score. You get 30,000 Legacy Score by completing objectives in games and practices. None of the trophies are missable except probably GOAT if you go through this 5-year period. Well, I guess technically it's about a 10-year period if you add in the pointless high school and college storylines. But if you get to the year 2025 and you don't have 30,000, I'm not sure if the game continues or not. Unfortunately, after I finished the game crashed on me and my save deleted, so I couldn't test out if it kept going or not. Hence one of the reasons why the name of my player is EA is garbage, because this game is garbage, the servers is garbage, and basically every time I played this game for this guide, after every game, after every practice, it crashed on me. So that's why some of the editing may be a little bit off and some time jumps may happen here or there. Okay, so this is all voluntary, whatever you do here in high school. Just pick whatever high school you want. I'm not going to bore you with the storyline, so I just skipped right past that. I'm just going to bring you straight into the first game and how to quickly complete it. I realized after a while that there's a much more efficient way to play these games than I was doing at first. So I'm going to show you here is what you do here in these high school games. I believe there are about 5 of them. One of them does not allow you to super sim, which really sucks. But what you want to do is, once you get an offense, score as quickly as possible. Don't waste your time playing defense. Don't waste your time kicking extra points. Once you score, hit L3 on the left stick and super sim. So you'll jump forward, change possession, which will be at a kickoff, and then you'll jump forward again for the next change of possession, which will be when you get the ball again. And sometimes the computer will score, sometimes it won't. It really doesn't make a difference as long as you score all the time. And once you're safe, you feel like you're going to win the game, you can just simulate the rest of the game. Like if you're up 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, or you're up by like 40 points in the 3rd quarter, there's no need to keep playing. For these high school games, there's no objectives like there are in the NFL games, so you can just worry about scoring as much as possible and winning. I'll talk about the NFL games when we get there in the video. But at the start here, like I said, we're going to start off in high school. It's going to be some boring melodrama, a pointless story told that no one cares about. Then you're going to move on to college. More of the same, no real objectives, play the games as quickly as possible. And then when you finally get to the NFL, that's when your score starts to take, and that's when the trophy starts popping up. So I'm not going to talk through this entire video. What I am going to do is pop up during the points where you need to score high on practice or your combine workout or the games. I'll come in and give you tips on how to do that. And I'll tell you the timestamps when I do come back, so you don't have to worry about missing any type of tips or anything. So that was just a preview of how you play the game quickly as possible. That was a quick 3 touchdowns, and like I said, you're going to play this a few times in high school and a few times in college. There was one game I couldn't super sim. I'm not sure if that was a bug or if that was on purpose, but I had to play that entire game and I did not enjoy that at all. Alright, so this is the first moment or big decision you'll have. This is in college after some terrible story writing. You'll have to pick to stay in college like a sucker or enter the NFL draft. You want to get these trophies done or these achievements done, so there's no point in staying in school and stacking up some more student loan debt or whatever you go through. So you're going to want to enter the draft, and you're going to get an option to pick a team you want to play with or just say you don't care. What I did is I picked the 49ers, but you can pick whatever team you choose. I picked the Niners, not just because they're the best team ever, but because they're actually a strong team in this game, so I figured they'll be in the playoffs and it'll help me win Super Bowls, which will help me become the GOAT for their legacy rank. But almost everything is scripted, so you're gonna lose in the playoffs no matter what you do certain years. You're gonna get injured certain years. Spoiler alert, but if you really cared about that, you wouldn't be here watching this video. Alright, so I will be back at the timestamp of 8 minutes and 15 seconds to walk you through the first, let's see, we'll call it a critical moment. This is it'll be the combine, and you need to do well in a combine to get drafted. So I'll be back to help you with that one. See ya.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your heartbreak kids thing going back again.
I appreciate the faith, Coach, but if I'm gonna play QB at the next level, seems like leaving now is my only shot.
That's probably true.
Wow. I did not expect all this to come to a head so soon.
Well, anything you need, just call. And when those NFL coaches come calling, trust that I'll have your back.
I'm not sure what's more strange, that interaction or the general cleanliness of this apartment.
Cupcake? So, the NFL Combine, I spent so much time preparing for it. Never really say you're ready for. That's how the week felt to me. I walked away from the press conference feeling a buzz. I said a lot of things, but will my performance back it up? No. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but they're a little damp. They're like really damp. Did you go swimming in these?
Thought you said you were a fan. If you were, then you'd know I just ran my annual Run Rich Run 40 for charity.
Right. How'd it go?
Let's just say my days of keeping up with Saquon Barkley are behind me. Maybe you'll fare better than I did out there.
What was your time?
5.98, baby.
Well, I can't do any worse. I've seen statues move faster than that.
All right, well, I want you to go out there and post the time.
Alright, I'm back. So you can choose whatever you want to say during this part of the story with this stupid cameo by Rich Eisen, which is completely pointless and unneeded and unfunny. But, I mean, you're going to run a 4-6 regardless, so either answer is fine. So once you get in here, the first mini games are going to be the same buttons all time, every time. So you start as R2, square, and then triangle. So you're going to do that twice.
Things off with my personal favorite, the event that can break the spirit of any man, the 40-yard dash. First up, we've got one half of America's darling, the Heartbreak Kids. An intriguing draft prospect, to say the least.
Alright, so here we go. R2, square, triangle, which I believe on Xbox will be right trigger, X, and Y, if I remember correctly. So we're going to do this twice. This part's pretty simple. It's the next part that's kind of difficult. Well, I wouldn't say difficult, just the game isn't programmed well, so it can screw you. And if you fail on the next part, you can just quit, but unfortunately you'll have to do this part again and listen to Rich Eisen again, which is just terrible. But hopefully you'll, following these tips, you'll pass it the first time easily, no problem. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the slants. So the key to all of these is bullet passes. I mean, hold the button down on every pass and throw early. That's the key. Right at the break on most of them. But that one's a simple one. Here, it's kind of simple as well. Bullet pass, lead them into it. Like I said, the key is early. You want them to be early because if you throw it right when they're in a box, they'll miss it. This one, throw it right after the break. This next pass is the hardest. Throw it as soon as he stops to go into his break. Not after he breaks because then you'll miss it. You see that? It went perfect that way. This one's kind of simple. Bullet pass it after he breaks right now. And this one is a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to throw it as soon as he stops to go into his break. Kind of similar to the other one. These next two are very easy. You're going to bullet pass as soon as they break outside. And same thing on this one, which is pretty simple. You want to get a perfect score here so you get draft, so you guarantee you'll get a high draft pick in the first round. Alright, for this one, you want to bullet it just when he gets past the 50-yard line. It looked close, but believe me, you don't want to wait afterwards because if it happens later, then you'll get screwed. So on that one, you want to throw it once he gets past the 45-yard line. And that's it. First 10 done. Alright. So now you have a goal. You're going to go into the NFL draft. You are going to get drafted in the first round by your favorite team, or like the team you chose, or if you picked, you don't care who drafts you, you'll get drafted by any random team. Sorry to spoil it, but I mean, this is such great acting and animations here.
Oh, everything's great, Coach.
And just for your knowledge, most of the decisions you make are all superficial. So I chose team leader because I figured that'll give me the most upgrade points to get GOAT. That's all I cared about. But the one time I tried to be a jerk and not be humble, I got tasked with scoring 5 touchdowns in a game, which made me play the game much longer, which is something I definitely did not want to do because this mode is not fun. It's sad too because the NFL portion of the game seemed like it could have been fun, but there were just so many technical difficulties that it just sucked it completely out of it. So, like I said, whatever quarterback you want to be like and all those things, that's all up to you. Alright, so once we get into the season, we're gonna take a look at your player here. What we're gonna do is this screen is gonna show you exactly what to do. It's gonna tell you about legacy and all that kind of stuff. You see the leaderboard there. You have to get to 30,000 to get the GOAT trophy for GOAT. You see a couple of players on my friends list are up there. This is the player card section. You'll only be coming here constantly because this is how you upgrade your player. That's how he gets better. And this makes everything much easier. Even though I chose to play on rookie just to get it done as quickly as possible, you still want your player to be as good as possible so everything goes on without a hitch. So you can see here by reaching some of these goals, you can get a legacy score increase. So make sure during one game you try to break the record for most touchdowns in the game, most passing yards in the game, and all that kind of stuff. First game I played, I think I passed for 800 yards and 10 touchdowns or so. Just to get a few extra points on the legacy score because that's what we're here for, right? So I kind of scroll through here and show you some of the different bonuses we get here. There's some goals here in the screen, which are the same goals. I think I just wanted to double show you it, or I wanted to reread it. Oh yeah, I think I was checking on the single game records. Okay, so after this we're going to choose our settings, which I chose, like I said, easy. These are objectives. That list on the left is gonna get very long by the end. As you can see, Mr. EA's garbage has a legacy score of 0 right now because we haven't played any games or completed any objectives. So this is where I actually change the settings. and then we're gonna head into it. So I'll be back at timestamp 17:15 to walk you through your first practice and to remind you to upgrade your player.
Deep. This rookie class is very deep, and perhaps no one is more hyped from this class than Tommy Matthews' old partner in crime, who was just selected in the top 10. My level of excitement for the start of the season is perhaps only rivaled by my excitement to see just what that kid's capable of doing on an NFL field. There hasn't been this kind of hype and intrigue since Tesla's Cybertruck release. So the big question I have for this year is, will this rookie sensation succumb to the hype, or will he rise to the top? Guess we'll find out soon enough after the Week 1 games get underway.
Being such a high draft pick comes at a cost. Mainly, everyone expecting you to resurrect the franchise. What helped you adjust to NFL life?
I must have carried my playbook with me everywhere. If I ever wanted to prove myself as a leader on this team, I had to know everyone's responsibilities.
Okay, welcome back. So, as you saw, I chose 5-minute quarters because I wanted to be done with this game as quickly as possible. But at the same time, I wanted to give myself enough time to reach all of the goals. And they're going to vary from score 6 touchdowns in a game to put up 400 passing yards, or a combination of rushing and passing yards. So you want to give yourself enough time to do that as well. So this is the first practice that's going to affect your score overall. Just beating man coverage, and you'll run a bunch of man beaters on this play, so just throw the ball to whoever's running a in or an out. I just threw it to the in every time, or the out right there. These are all man beating routes, so just wait till they make their break. They should get open and toss them the ball. So I'm going to be back at the 22-minute mark, and I'll have some stuff to explain to you, because that's when we're going to start our first game. But you won't see my first game because I got much more efficient by the end. You're going to see my last game, but through the magic of video editing, I'm going to put it as the first game to help you get through this as quickly as possible. My first games were lasting like 20 minutes. As you'll see, my last game, I'm going to put up huge numbers, and the game's going to last only 8 minutes. All right, see you at 22 minutes.
All right, let me tell you something. Today was great. You guys went out there and executed flawlessly. You keep practicing like that, we are going to win a lot of ball games this year.
Getting to know each other, building the bonds that would keep us strong and competitive through the coming season. It was a press conference before our first game of my rookie season, but the reporters didn't waste any time filling me in on what the world was saying. I was glad they asked because it helped me hone in on my ultimate goal. I was going to work as hard as I could to make sure that the team and I were holding up the Lombardi Trophy at the next Super Bowl.
Okay, welcome back. I think I forgot to mention that you get trophies every 5,000 or 10,000 legacy points randomly. The last two are at 25,000 and 30,000 for sure. Okay, so I'm going to show you this game, which is actually going to be the 2025 Super Bowl, which is the last game I played. Because my first game, like you see there, you only needed to gain 125 pass yards, rushing yards for your goal. But through the magic of video editing, I'm going to show you the Super Bowl from 2025, which is the very last game I played, where I think I had even higher goal sets, but this game took me half the time to finish as my real first game versus the Cardinals did. So it's kind of the same tips that I showed you for the high school games. You're not going to worry about kicking or playing defense at all. So barring this first kickoff, that's the only time you're going to worry about this at all. So the goal is to be efficient as possible. I believe this entire game lasts 8 minutes, and my player puts up like 700 yards and 6 or 7 touchdowns, something like that. So again, we're playing on easy. At this point, I believe the player is like a 92 or something like that overall. He loses all of his power at some point because just has to follow the typical storytelling tropes. So he's not the 99 that he was like in 2022 or whatever. So like I said, you've seen that on defense, I super stem and I got the ball back. Who cares if they scored, because you're going to score a touchdown every time. Eventually, you're going to beat them out. Running crossers is, if you're going to use the 49ers, just run crossers, PA crossers, or level sail. You'll get a touchdown pretty much every play. As soon as you score a touchdown, hit that left stick, super sim to kick the extra point, hit circle, and then super sim again to kick the ball off, and then now you're back in the game, back on offense. Run anything. Let's see what I run this time. Looks like it's going to be cells. So yeah, so the goal for this game was to score 6 touchdowns, and I finished this entire game in 8 minutes by using this strategy. So you should be able to get through your 10 to 15 games for the season fairly quickly, or for the entire franchise fairly quickly. Again, I'm not sure if it's 10 or 15 because, like I said, the game crashed on me after every single game. Luckily, it saved, and the game crashed on me after every practice. And luckily it saved until the very last time when it didn't save. So follow these steps. You'll be through this game, through all of your games quickly as possible. And I will be back at timestamp 31:50, it looks like, to talk to you about the next practice we go through.
The play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he'll look. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5, and oh, he coughed it up. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the big gain through the air. It all off because he could not. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from the 1. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 1-yard touchdown pass. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Winds up and lets it go wide open. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he'll look. And got his man. Complete. The 20, 10, and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers add 6 to their... Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got it at the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Michael Thomas as time expires in the 1st half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen. But
so the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half.
Set to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
He's got a man. Complete. There he goes, right side.
All you got to do is make it.
He's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 3rd touch. Will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion.
Okay, welcome back to the Face of the Franchise Trophy video guide. So I just showed you how you efficiently get through all of your games quickly as possible. Now we're going to move up to the next item, which was a practice that's going to happen during the season. This is our red zone offensive drill. It's fairly simple. Because you're at the 1, just do a fullback dive. You'll get in there within 4 plays easily. And after this practice, I have to remind you, I can't stress it enough, to upgrade your player. Put on your favorite X Factors. I chose, I believe it's Omaha, which is the Peyton Manning X Factor, which shows you the defensive backs plays, like if they're in zone or man, which will really help you out to score even quicker, because you see if they're in cover 2, when you run your crossers, you can just throw the ball to the tight end up the middle up the seam for a simple touchdown. See they're in cover 3 or 4, just throw the crosser. You see they're in man, you can either throw the crosser or toss it out to the running back who's gonna smoke their linebacker and score a touchdown. So after we knock this out, we're going to go off into upgrade again, and I'll be back at 3520.
All right, gentlemen, you must have had your oats this morning, because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. If you guys consistently do that, we're gonna win a lot of ball games.
Alright, welcome back to the MEZ Face of the Franchise Trophy video guide. This will be the next practice you'll deal with. Thankfully, they kept the practices down to a minimum, although I would have preferred the practices more than playing like the Seahawks 3 times in a year, which is just boring. At least give me some variety in the teams I play. So I believe this is the spacing practice. A very simple one. You just basically want to throw the ball to whoever goes to the middle of the field, and as soon as they hit their route, just bullet past them. So even if man or zone, I believe they're in zone every time though. Don't quote me on that. But the key to beat this practice with the 5 stars or the 5 golds is to hit the center quickly as possible, or not the center, but whoever goes to the center of the field and stops on their spacing route. And don't forget to make sure you upgrade your player after this. And I will be back for the final time in this long video at 40:45. In correction, I'll actually be back at 38 minutes even, to go over the last Super Bowl practice before your last game, which is the first game I showed you, and hopefully your last game, so you can hit that 30,000 legacy score and get all 9 trophies.
Today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. If you guys consistently do that, we're gonna win a lot of ball games.
Alright, so this is it. This is the final practice. They're going to hype you up with some little speech we get here from the coach, with no audio dialogue because they're clearly cheap. So you can choose which one you want to go to. I want levels because levels is very simple. And levels is kind of what I run anyway when I play MUT. It's one of my main offenses. It really puts stress on the defense, man, and zone. But for this practice, what we're going to do is just hit whoever is cutting across the center of the field and complete that. Now, once we get 5 stars on this practice, you'll go into the Super Bowl where you have to score 6 touchdowns, or at least I did. I'm not sure if you're going to have to do the same thing. Follow your same in-game strategy and complete that. And once you win the Super Bowl, you'll have one final interview with the person, the protagonist of this entire thing, whatever. And then the GOAT should unlock, and you should be done with these Face of the Franchise trophies. And if you're anything like me, your PS4 will then crash and your save will be deleted. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video, possibly on the next year, unless a real company comes out and makes a football game, or maybe if they change things up for the PS5. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask below. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys later.
This is it. You only got one shot. Time to go for gold.
Men, you're gonna like what you see in the film room this afternoon because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. You guys consistently do that, and we are gonna find ourselves in the playoffs. Good stuff.
And with that, the Dream Team stepped off the field and into football legend. What means more to your legacy?
It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of that group. I'm grateful we were able to cap it off with the Super Bowl title.